Good afternoon. It is Thursday, the 25th of June. It is so freaking hot outside. It's currently, what's the time? I don't know what the time is. It's 1:45. I've been child free today because James has gone to my nan's to stay. He went last night and stayed the night. So I have been able to try at least to get some sense of work done, and I've edited a couple of videos which I'm now like not ahead, but I'm on track with the videos, which is always good. In terms of drawing, I haven't actually done anything because it has just literally been so warm. I'm sitting here, I have a t-shirt on just to film this, but I've literally just got like a little sports bra on and then some shorts that are like really nice and airy because it's so warm. It's too warm to sit in here and draw. Like, my Holbein pencils are really waxy at the moment. Like, they're like not melting, but you know when something kind of waxy gets a little bit soft and then it's just kind of like difficult to draw with the Holbeins. And I'm not necessarily using Holbeins for drawings, for tutorials, but yeah, I was going to try and get something recorded this morning. I went out for my morning walk like I usually do when I don't have James here, and I went at 8 o'clock and it was already so warm. And I've literally, you know when it's that warm that it just kind of saps all of the life out of you? I've just been procrastinating doing anything because it's so warm, but I've just come into here for this afternoon for a little while, just like an hour. I just want to upload the videos that I've edited to YouTube so I can get them like all scheduled and all of the thumbnails uploaded and everything, so I literally have to do nothing for Friday, tomorrow and next week's videos as well. So that's good. But yeah, on the agenda today is literally to do that, and then if I get anything else done, it's an absolute bonus. I have a couple of orders to package. Packed some up this morning because I had to take them to the post box because they were due out today. But yeah, I have that to do, and that's pretty much it. Tomorrow is my live draw along session with my puffins. I've scheduled all of the posts and everything to go live in the group for like a reminder. So literally all I need to do for that is just show up at 8 PM on the Friday. The only thing is that it is due to be quite thundery and quite rainy. I know that might be an issue to some people, but I quite like having the rain in the background, and I've scheduled it and I don't want to unschedule it, so it's going ahead as planned despite whatever the weather may be doing. The only thing is if it starts thundering, where I live here tends to the power cuts out, so if we have a power cut, that's not ideal obviously, but I can't help that if that happens. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I've got a couple of emails to answer, I can see, but I'm going to package up these orders first whilst things are uploading to the YouTube. Good morning. It's Saturday the 4th of July. What a weird week it has been. I haven't done very much work at all because there has just been some things going on which haven't been the best. So I don't remember what the last thing is that I recorded, if I recorded anything. I haven't picked up the camera since last weekend, I think. I didn't record anything from Tuesday onwards, so so what's been going on this week? Basically, James he was fine Monday, and then he was playing and everything, and then all of a sudden he just like crashed. he got a really high temperature. I took it and it was like 39.2, and I was like, oof, that's a high temperature. He had this weird rash develop on his hands and like spread up towards the top of his fingers, and I was like, this doesn't look good. So I phoned 111 because he was just like not responsive in the slightest, wasn't interested in playing with his toys or staying awake or anything, so I was really worried. And yeah, basically he had a high temperature. I automatically assumed with a high temperature that it was COVID related, so did what you should do, and I booked him in to have a test, or basically I booked us all in to have a COVID test on the Tuesday. Tuesday morning came, and we was on our way to the test centre, and James was actually, he was all like clammy, but he didn't have a temperature or anything at all, so that was good. So we had our test on Tuesday, and we stayed inside until we got those test results come through. Mine actually came back like within the day. We had the test done at 11 AM and my results came back at 11 PM, and I tested negative, so I was like, oh thank god. And then James's came back at 6 in the morning on the Wednesday. He tested negative as well, so it wasn't COVID related, it was just a weird bug thing, I don't know. He's absolutely fine now, like no symptoms whatsoever. I think the rash on his hands was a little bit of eczema. That was fine. You guys may have not heard me mention in previous studio vlogs that I've had a little bit of family issues to sort out. Basically, I won't go into detail, I don't want to talk about it or anything, but basically someone in my family hasn't obviously been well, and Wednesday came. Throughout the beginning of the week this there wasn't great news or anything, and Wednesday came and unfortunately the family member passed away, and it's a very dear family member to me. So that's happened. So this year has been shit, to put it lightly. It's been terrible with everything that's going on, and I'm still in a little bit of shock regarding what's happened. Yeah, I've been around my family on the Thursday and everything. I know you're supposed to stick to social distancing and everything, but my family needed me, and I needed them as well, so yeah. Yeah, so basically that happened this week, which was great. And I also have an ear infection. So I had a bath and shower or whatever on the Wednesday. Got water in my ear, haven't been able to clear it. It usually happens, I get water in my ear and I can clear it, but I haven't been able to clear it. I've got an infection. They're not sure whether, because obviously I can't go and see a doctor, I just did like a phone consultation thing. They're treating it as an infection. I've got like a steroid spray to put in it and everything. Completely deaf on this side at the moment, can't hear a thing. But they were also concerned that it might be mastoiditis, which is like inflammation of the jaw muscle and everything, because I've got like pain and a little bit of swelling and heat like down the jaw, and it hurts when I talk as well for like a long time. So they were concerned that it's that, so hopefully it's just an infection and that steroid spray will clear it up, but if it doesn't go, then they're gonna have to investigate further, and I'll have to go and get it looked at. But I can't hear a thing. It's so weird. This has happened before. It's been like an ongoing problem. I don't know, every time I get water in my ear I'm scared that it's going to do this, and this time it has. And I don't think, like, with what's happened, that the stress or the shock has kind of just been like, nope, we're gonna cause an infection now, so that's great. So yeah, we don't have COVID, thank God, but other things have happened. So I'm pretty much ready to write this year off. Can we just fast forward to 2021 now? I'm trying not to let all of this impact my work, but obviously when Skip went, that impacted my work a lot, and everything else that's happened at the beginning of this year. So yeah, I'm a little bit lost as to where I am at the moment. One thing that I have decided to do is I'm going to move. I'm ready to move into a bigger house, and sort of start fresh with everything and everyone. So I'm going to, I've got a person coming to value the house on Tuesday, a phone consultation with the mortgage broker to discuss what I can afford, and yeah, basically just going to move away from this house and into a larger house. But one thing that I want to make sure when looking for a house is that I keep in mind the fact that this house is going to have to be the last one. Like, I'm not going to move any more times after this house, so I'm going to have to make sure that it has the perfect studio space. I've found 1 or 2 houses within the budget that I presume that I have, because the equity, I've got quite a lot of equity on this house. So when we bought the house, it was we bought it for less than what it's worth at the moment, so got quite a bit of equity to play with there. So we'll be able to go for something larger in, like, not a worse area, but not as nice area. So when we originally bought this house, I wanted to buy a house in the area that I'm now looking at, because the houses were bigger for the same amount of money as what this one is. So that's basically what I plan to do, is just kind of like not really add anything on to the cost of the house, just kind of so you can just like port the mortgage over. So yeah, that's what I decided to do. So I'm actively house hunting now. I'm not going to let it take up a lot of my time though, so yeah. One thing that I did do was last Friday I had a draw-along session with my Club Puffin members, and we decided that we were going to draw a tiger nose study. I've now finished that. Here is said tiger nose, all finished. So what I have to do today, I've uploaded the first part because it was a live stream. I kind of recorded it at the same time, and I have uploaded the first part. I just need to edit the second part, which I drew outside of the live stream, and upload that, and then add it to Patreon and to my Club Puffin dashboard thing. So yeah. James went back to nursery for the first time yesterday. He really enjoyed himself, and I had the whole day to myself, but I couldn't really do much because I can't really hear anything. I can't really hear my voice when I'm talking. I can hear it in this ear, but when I close my ears up, you know when you do that and you've got like headphones on and you can hear your voice in your ear? I could hear the voice in my ear. Now I can't hear anything. I can just hear it in this ear. So I don't know if I'm talking loud or talking soft, or yeah, like shouting at people. So also hurts when I move my jaw a lot. So this will be the last thing of talking that I'm doing today. Yeah. I did get some cards delivered. So I ordered about £300 worth of card stock, because I was just dropped that. I was incredibly low on the B cards. They completely sold out, so I ordered a bunch of those, and I just also decided to restock a bunch of other designs as well, and I ordered that tiger card. So I'm just going to grab it for you guys and show you it. So it came out really, really nicely. It came out really well. There's the back. There's Suki. Hi. So yeah, basically I had 350 cards that I needed to package up, which I've done, and now put them all in to the DVD unit. So that's all done. What do I have to show you this week? Like, in the way of doing stuff? Not a lot. I'm potentially just going to work a little bit on my swan piece from a while ago today, so I might show you a bit of drawing process of that, but I'm not really in the mood to do much drawing, and also the kitten is making it impossible to do anything at the moment. Yeah, it's just not a great time. I'm trying to cope with everything as best as I can, but obviously it's difficult. I know a lot of you have been asking about the garden. It's absolutely terrible weather today, so I'm not going to take you outside completely, but I'm just going to show you through the window of what's going on. So if hopefully you can just see down there, I've got some onions which just started to flower. The slugs and everything have completely devoured my chives and my carrots down there, so fantastic. The flowers are all doing well. The lupins have now gone off, so I've cut them down. They were in between the foxgloves there. Foxgloves are doing absolutely amazing. Strawberries, I've got a couple over there which are ripe and ready for picking, but as you can see, got all the flowers there. Loads of pots and everything still, with lots of things growing. The grass needs a good trim, but it's just been raining all this week. But here is the piece de resistance. So this is, I've got right over there, right at the back, I've got some squash right by that pot. Then I've got all of my broccoli plants, which are doing really well. I then have sown another crop of radishes next to those broccolis as like a catch crop. Then I've got that big Brussels sprout, that big thing in the middle. Those things growing up the canes are sugar snaps. Still got my hanging basket of lettuce and tomatoes. My peas, or my snow peas there, have just fallen over, and then I've just got all of those pots of tomatoes as well, which are doing really well. I've got flowers on them. I've got a pot of kale, and then some flowers down there as well. So everything's doing really, really well in the garden, and it's coming along really nicely. So here, really distinguish this orange section. We're going in with a little bit of a hard brush on that. Okay, so I just realised that I recorded last week, I think it was last Friday, I recorded a bunch or two YouTube videos of like Friday videos. So my plan is to edit those together so that I have some content for Fridays for July. I've also got the bee and echinacea tutorial to voice over for a Friday, and I've also got that now tiger nose study to voice over. The cat, can you hear it? It's just mad. So yeah, I've got those two tutorials, and then I've got like two talky videos which are a little bit more sort of business related. So I've got those that I can get on with and edit so that like YouTube stuff is caught up, but I need to make sure that I do a schedule for July to get my newsletters and stuff out. Oh, this cat, I swear, I'm gonna like shut her out of the room because she's just destroying everything and I can't deal with it today. Good afternoon, it is now Tuesday and I didn't really film anything else for the other days other than what I recorded the other day. I don't know. This video is such a mess, but I was thinking of just completely axing it, but I think it's important to document this side because everything doesn't always run smoothly, and you do have things that kind of set you back and put you in a little bit of a slump, because it's safe to say now that I am in a complete slump. I didn't have a good day yesterday. In fact, I think it's probably one of the worst days that I have had in a very long while. So yeah, everything is not great at the moment. Like, my mental health is suffering a little bit with just comprehending everything, not just what has recently happened but also what has happened throughout this year so far. So yeah, I'm spending some time with doing my own thing and trying to get back on track and just talking to friends and all of that kind of stuff, having lots of tea, which is always helpful. So yeah, I've been trying to get myself in the motivational mindset to do some work. So I've been watching some like businessy type videos on YouTube and looking at various Skillshare courses as well, to just try and, like, if I'm not feeling doing any drawing, maybe I thought that I would do some like business work, but nothing's really kind of tickling my fancy. And I've just finished watching a video on YouTube, and it's made me really want to plan out some content for my YouTube channel. So I was just rewatching my own video actually of my custom coloured pencil palette that I posted a year ago now, and in that video I mentioned about doing like colour theory videos and how to create shadows within your colours without like making shadows in your portraits without making them look muddy. So by like using a colour wheel and applying colour theory to create toning for shadows and that kind of thing. Kind of went on about that and said to people to leave an arty emoji in the comments, and that I would evaluate and potentially make some colour theory videos. Never done that, did I? So now I'm feeling not bad, but I'm like, maybe I should write stuff down more and just be a little bit more organised when it comes to that type of thing. I don't know. So I don't know what to do today. I don't know whether I should sit down and plan some things, or whether I should do some drawing and work on some tutorial work, because I also said to my puffins that I would get some of those videos done. So we did a live stream a week or 2 weeks ago now, and I mentioned that I'd do like a mixing chart and like our own kind of colour wheel. Maybe I should do that, because it's not necessarily a full drawing, and they're going to be easier, and people are going to want that type of video more than a full tutorial, especially if they're beginning. But yeah, I need to kind of wrap up this studio vlog, whatever the hell it is, edit it so I have a video for Wednesday. See, my brain is just not, I'm just not there. Also, I can actually hear now. I was playing around with my ear and it has unblocked itself, but it's like partially blocked still. Like, I can hear stuff out of my ear, but everything is tinny and there's such a loud ring, and it now feels like this one is more blocked than this one, but I can like it's like I'm talking into a microphone that's got a little bit of a delay, so I can hear myself in this ear. It's like not quite right. I think where the infection has been there, it's like, I don't know, it's trying to rebalance itself, and it's trying to do something to itself, but the way that I'm hearing myself right now is really weird. but at least I can hear. It's fine when I don't talk, but like when I'm moving, I can hear the textures really loudly. When I'm walking and my like thighs rub together, I can hear it, and it's really weird and kind of unsettling. So that's the thing, but at least I can hear. But whether I want to like sit down and record a video where I'm sounding like this in my own head, I'm not sure. I do kind of feel like drawing something, but I feel like if I plan at the moment, because I keep trying to plan stuff, so I feel like if I do, then it's just not going to happen, and it's just going to get like all messed up, and I don't want to spend time making a schedule if I'm not going to stick to it, and things are going to like happen that's going to make me not be able to stick to it, if that makes sense. So yeah, anyway, this has been a very, very long rambly vlog. I apologise that there's been like no creativity, but this is part of business life and like working from yourself, like having, I know if you didn't work for yourself that these things would affect you anyway, but it really affects a person working for themselves, because you have to kind of get that motivation back to do something yourself. Whereas if you have work, you've got to go to work, otherwise you get fired. So yeah, I'm gonna sign off. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that next week's vlog will be better for you guys. Stay safe, love one another, appreciate your time together. I'll see you later.